Brothers and sisters, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to try to do this video as fast as I possibly can. I have a little one running around, but I need this, I need to get this video out. So for any of you that saw the invitation to fast for 3 days, I need to correct something really quick before I erase this and show you what I'm going to show you. So I had feast of Passovers and unleavened bread backwards on this chart. So at dusk on Passover, which is the 7/14, and then you go into Feast of Unleavened Bread, which was the 15th through the 22nd. So, and then when you start the counting from the 23rd to 9/15, that is when you have the 50 days of Pentecost. There's -7 Sabbaths on there. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this, and today is still the day of 7/11. Okay. I'm going to erase this and I'm going to show you guys the beauty of this. And hopefully I can make it through this whole video with my little guy entertained for a few minutes. Okay, so I explained a few, it's been about 10-11 days ago. I talked about how I was woken up early and Father and Joshua both woke me up. They were together and they were telling me, they were showing me the symbolism of the sun and the moon. And I've shared how they mirror each other. So if you have the sun, the one of the east is up here, the west. So these are the four corners of the earth. Okay. South and north. Okay, so this is symbolic of the sun, and then it mirrors, and this is symbolic of the moon, which is mother, and you have 1, 7, so you have the seventh gate on top. The south is over here and the north is over here. So you can see how they mirror each other, okay, in the four corners of the earth. Okay, so when they woke me up, they were showing me the symbolism of the sun and moon. And I said, well, I don't understand. Like, why are you guys showing me this? And Father said, it's Genesis 1:16, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. And I was like, okay. And then as they went on and they were teaching me, they said eclipse. And so what is an eclipse? An eclipse is when the sun and the moon, whether it's lunar or solar, right, they come in contact with each other. They cross each other's paths. Okay, so I've talked about how everything has to be in balance in the four corners of the earth, and everything is balanced in the celestial clock of male and female energy. Okay, so you have the first month mirroring the 7th month, the 4th month mirrors the 10th month. So it doesn't matter whether you're in the 10th month, it mirrors back to the 4th month, the 4th month mirrors the 10th month. That's female and male energy. And then you have the first month mirrors the 7th month, so you have male energy, father energy, mother energy. And if this is the 7th month, it mirrors back, mother energy, father energy. Okay, so this is the cosmic dance that they are in. Okay, so in the process of them waking me up that day, they were telling me that the feast needed to move now into the 7th month so that this was in alignment. And I was like, so they had me have the feast of Joshua in the 8th month. Okay. And I was frustrated because I'm like, why couldn't you guys just tell me that in the beginning? But it wasn't time. Everything in its timing. So the reasons that the feasts have changed is because this cosmic dance between Joshua and his queen is getting ready to take place, right? It takes place in the 7th month, and that's what the Passover and a Feast of Unleavened Bread, like, that's, this eclipse is the crowning of a new king in the heavens, okay? And so that's why you have, when I said yesterday, I don't know if this is happening in the 1st month or the 7th month, because the 7th month represents the feet, right? It represents our feet, where the 1st month represents our crown, okay? And the woman in Revelation, which is going to represent the queen, the sun and moon are balanced perfectly underneath her feet. and you have the stars of the 12, you have 12 stars representing the 12 gates have been opened from all four corners of the earth. The celestial clock around her head are seen. Okay, so you will see that that's the symbolism of the Revelation 12 is the crowning of a new queen, and then the crowning of a new king. And so it's done in the heavens first, and then then it's everything then comes into physical form. So the reason that the feast had to move, this is symbolic of the first Passover, okay, and then you have the 8th month, which is symbolic of the second. So let me explain this. Okay, so Joshua could have never been in the first Passover, because it's the father's role to be in the first Passover. That is the role of the king and queen, okay? And so father and mother's energy, the sun and the moon, always are mirroring each other. Joshua couldn't have been in the 7th month because he was not the father, he was the son, which would have put father and mother out of balance, okay? And so as a new king is crowned, he steps into his position, and all four corners of the earth are balanced, and all of it, right? Which is why the celestial clock is balanced, father and mother energy back and forth in this cosmic dance. But all four corners are perfectly balanced. So now the son, Joshua, steps into his king role, and this is why I explained, for me, his role has been fulfilled of Lord and Savior, and he's stepping into his king role of Emmanuel, okay? And so he's stepping into his king role. Come here, baby. He's stepping into his king role, which puts him in the 7th month, the crown and the feet, right? They're together. It's in this balance, this cosmic dance of the four corners of the earth. So then how we get a second Passover is, I explained the line of succession. So the father was Enoch, right? And he's now Abraham, he is now passing his reign to his son Isaac. And Isaac is passing his reign to his Lord and Savior role to his son, Jacob. So Jacob is moving into the 8th month, which would represent the second Passover, where our king is moving into position so that everything is balanced in creation in the 7th month. So the 7th and 1st month will mirror each other. And, the first day is Feast of Feast of Trumpets in 1-1, and 7-1, so 1-1 is the first day of spring, and the Feast of Trumpets. 7-1 is the first day of harvest, and it's the Feast of First Fruits. Well, we are the first fruits. So hopefully you can see this mirroring that had to take place. And so, the gates being open, this is the rainbow on her head, this is the crowning. And so you have this perfect mirror. You have all four corners aligned. And this is why the feast had to move. Hold on just a moment. Okay, sorry about that. I'm trying to do this as fast as I can. So this is why the feast had to move. And this is why I was told eclipse. And this is what the world doesn't understand is happening right now. I mean, some people hopefully have been shown this. But this eclipse that is coming is literally the crowning of a new king and his queen. And so that is what an eclipse does, is it will bring all of creation into balance and alignment from the beginning of creation. So may we see why the feasts were changed and the beautiful symbolism of that, and how first and second Passover, how that works. It's the Father and the Son, and then he will, anyway, it's just line of succession, Father, Son, Father, Son, Father, Son. So may this help us understand what is coming and the importance of participating in these feasts and the beauty of, this passing over and what is occurring. Okay, have a glorious day.